It's really sobering when all hope leaves a room. It was about 7 or 8 months ago, I was asked, along with a handful of other people, to be part of a team that was assisting a local church in improving a security and safety plan. Our goal was to look at how things were at the current time, figure out the gaps, and then add some process and procedure to make it a much safer place for both adults and children. So we scoured about looking for best practices and ways that other organizations had already done this. We could leverage their expertise and make use of all of that learning that had gone on before. And one of the things that was interesting as we started bringing this together and reviewing it is every single one of them started with something that went like this. Unfortunately, there's nothing that you can do to guarantee that our people will not be the target of some violent action. That was how we're going to get started. Unfortunately, there is nothing that we can do that would protect our people from being a target of violent action. Hope left the room. With one sentence, progress just stopped. About 4 months ago, a friend came and asked for some assistance with a job interview that he was about to go on. He had gathered a number of pieces of information. He had some questions that he expected to be asked and had some great answers, being able to highlight his experience to those with respect to the job. He also had some questions that he had listed down that he was going to ask the interviewer. And we went through each of those questions, and it looked really outstanding until we came to the last question, the one question that he was planning on leaving, lingering in the mind of the interviewer. And that question went something like this. Is there anything that you can think of that would prevent you from hiring me that I can clarify? So this is the question that's going to be lingering on that interviewer's mind for an hour, maybe a day afterwards. What is it that you can think of that would prevent you from hiring me? Well, I can think of all the reasons that I need to hire somebody else. And with one sentence, progress just stopped. I think back to a number of years ago, I used to hear, "Don't forget to clean your room." Okay, maybe it was decades ago. Don't forget to clean your room. Where's the action verb in that sentence? Don't forget to clean your room. And that's what we implant in that child's mind, and that is exactly what they do. Forget to clean the room. And with one sentence, progress just stops. It was a number of years ago I had the opportunity to meet a fellow Toastmaster who became a close friend, Bert Freeman. He's an author, public speaker, trainer. He wrote the book Consistent Positive Direction, and in that he teaches about communicating in the direction of and toward the goal that you want to achieve, and doing that consistently. And as he talked about it, he used an illustration. Say you have a cup, it's filled to the middle. Is that cup half full, or is the cup half empty? Well, in many ways, it depends. What is the goal? If the goal is that the cup needs to be empty, then describe it in that way. It's half empty. If you need the cup to be full, then speak about it in the direction of that goal. The cup is half full. And maybe even add, "Can I have some more, please?" But it's talking about and putting your energy and the conversation in the direction of the goal that you need or the goal that you want. And at first, as I was hearing about this, I thought, Bert, that's really interesting, but that's just words. It's just semantics. You're really saying the same thing. But the reality is that so often we can get stuck by talking about where we are rather than where we need to be. And it's talking about changing our conversation with ourselves and with other people to get us oriented in the direction of our goal and the results that we need. And it really flips things pretty significantly and profoundly. So if I go back to, don't forget to clean your room, what's the action that we want? We want them to remember to do it. And so we communicate, remember to clean your room. And that helps to move action and momentum in the direction of that goal. And so with a single sentence, progress moves forward. For the job, rather than saying, what can you think of that would prevent you from hiring me? Instead, we talk in the direction that we want to go and say, what can I clarify that would make it easy for you to hire me? Profoundly different statements. And with one sentence, progress moves forward. And with a safety committee, rather than saying, well, there's very little we can do, we strive to establish a safe place for people of all ages at any event. And with one sentence, progress moves forward. Now, we take that to our national conversation. So often in our social media, we hear things like, stop insulting the flag, stop disrespecting our military, stop taking a knee, stop police brutality, stop racism, stop violence, stop anger. Maybe it's all those statements that need to stop. Maybe instead, we focus our attention on the goal we need to reach. So we talk instead about unity. Some of the things that our speakers have all said. We talk about how we can work together. And instead of spending all our energy on those things that need to stop and having very little